In this chapter, we're going to look at how to create a schedule for your shoot. If we're smart about the way we schedule our shoots, we can keep the cast and crew happy and really get the most out of the time and money that we spend on production. Let's start with how much you can shoot in a single day. This is a tough one to predict, and frankly, I'm not sure how the pros do it accurately. It seems like every set I've been on, unforeseen mishaps happen all the time. But the general rule of thumb on indie film sets is that you can usually shoot about 3 to 5 pages a day, with 3 pages being kind of safer and 5 pages being pretty aggressive. Now, this all depends on what is being shot, of course. For a big common area scene, it was a complex scene that required a lot of different camera setups, camera movement, unique angles, choreography, trick shots, and it took all day to shoot and was less than 2 pages. But on the other hand, I was recently director of photography on So I Was Wondering by Rich Aram, a little short film. And we managed to shoot about 20 pages in just 2 very short days. Most of that script was rapid-fire dialogue between 2 people, so it didn't require a lot of time-consuming setups. But I think 3, maybe 4 pages is fairly standard. Another thing to be aware of, and this goes for the entire process of filmmaking, is that everything revolves around the talent. The people in front of the lens matter most and are not interchangeable. So when we had to reschedule the night shoot, I asked Eva Jane, the actress who played Tayani, what days worked for her. And once I got some dates from her, I booked the location and then hoped we could get enough crew to come back as well. But if we had to get a different first assistant director for the shoot, which we did, or if we have to get a different sound mixer for the shoot, which we did, the audience for the film won't notice. But no one can replace Eva as Tayani. As such, schedules tend to revolve around the cast. It's also important to be aware of the length of your shoot days. Low-budget films tend to pay by the day, and they have very long hours. That might be okay for a one-day shoot, but pushing cast and crew really hard is a bad idea for the production and can be extremely unsafe. So we had a very light day first with the hut scene, then we had a really long day, followed by a medium day with a late start so that our crew wasn't exhausted while working on set or traveling to and from set or for whatever they had planned the day after the shoot. Another thing to be extremely careful of is what is referred to as a company move. This is when you finish shooting at a location and everyone has to pack up all their gear and props and wardrobe and stuff and travel to a new location for the next scene. Company moves are the worst. They are just huge vacuums of time and usually take much longer than you could ever anticipate. People get lost, gear gets misplaced in the shuffle, the art department hasn't gotten the next set ready yet, traffic can cause problems, it can be a mess. So only schedule a company move if there's absolutely no alternative. Huge changes in location should be done on their own day whenever possible, rather than in the middle of a shoot day. If you're trying to get the most out of your budget, I also suggest eliminating cast and crew wherever you can. For example, if you have 3 scenes that don't have a lot of grips or camera assistants, well, can you shoot those on the same day so you don't have to hire those crew members at all that day? We'll revisit this idea again when we look at the budget, but really scheduling and the budget go hand in hand. So the more you can be efficient and wise in your scheduling, the more you can reduce unnecessary expenditures from your budget. Next, we'll look at the mechanics of actually scheduling the day and how to do that as efficiently as possible.